Eyepoks and head jokes.
Welcome back to episode 212 of Eyepokes and Head Chokes. It's your boy, Mr. Alex, and Mr. Cooler on the other end. Non-pixelated version
Yes, I'm
of
here.
him, apparently. We were just having some technical difficulties, and we're kind of on a late...
I was at 8-bit? I was 8-bit?
Kinda. You were like... But I was just watching... just doing that, it just reminded me, I started rewatching fucking It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And when they started making fun of him being the munchkin again, oh, it's the munchkin, man, it's the... Yeah, the munchkin. Like, I was just fucking cracking up.
Okay,
like,
I gotta put that
Charlie.
on right now.
I'm like, fucking Charlie. He's like, yeah, let's go. And I was just like, oh, God. I was like, stop fucking around with Charlie so much. But no, yeah, we're just back. It's
I can't wait for the next season.
Yeah, it's a quicker episode for sure because we only have like literally two things to talk about over the weekend. Two pay-per-views, UFC 259 and AEW Revolution with something mixed in between or afterwards. Which is a quick mention of WWE because it's not that important. But overall, this grand scheme of things, it'll get important as we move on towards after Fastlane. Then it'll get important. I don't care about it right now. Yeah, exactly. Even though we're on the road to WrestleMania, it really doesn't matter at the moment. It'll start mattering now more so. We'll just put it at that. I'll just say that much.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we could just jump into the UFC 259. Pretty damn good card if you started watching the prelims, early prelims and all that stuff. I'm not gonna go through all that stuff, but I didn't watch the early prelims. I only watched the prelims.
I saw the early prelims, and then somebody called me to go out. So after that, all I saw was the top 3 matches.
Oh, you just watched the main card? Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, that's cool. So we can just go through the main card. So we had Alexander Rakic at light heavyweight. Well, I'm sorry. We had light heavyweight bout at the beginning. Alexander Rakic versus Thiago Santos. It was a unanimous decision, 3-round victory. It was fairly lackluster for the most part, but hey, it is what it is. After that, we had a lightweight bout. Islam Makachev versus Drew Dober. Drew Dober is known for like having a really good left hand and all that stuff. He knocks people out. He's really good when you see him in his day, but for the most part, Islam Makachev, if you just saw him fight against Drew Dober, it's like watching Khabib, honestly speaking. And Khabib was in his corner. So it was just like watching Khabib. Yeah.
So is this
the passing
this is going to happen
maybe.
To Khabib? He's going to just say, fuck it, no more fights until
we don't know yet. We don't know what's going to go on, but hey.
Until he starts to get that
like,
itch.
He kind of looks like him, and then on top of that, like they just dude, it was just like Khabib. Obviously, Khabib would have finished you in like the first round, but or even maybe the second. You might have made it to the second round, but then again, it was a great fight. He got the submission. Like he just controlled Drew Dober. Once Drew Dober got taken to the floor, that was it. The control by Islam Makachev was ridiculous. Like I said, it's literally like watching Khabib fight, and I was just like. But yeah, it was a great win for him. Submission win in the third round at 1 minute and 37 seconds. Great win for him. He was ranked 14th already. I'm pretty sure it's gonna shoot him up in the rankings for the most part. Maybe like up to number 10. Hopefully, it was against an unranked opponent in Drew Dober, but hey, Drew Dober did what he could, but he just had to tap out. After that, we had Aljamain Sterling. Well, you know, the very, 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 very how can I say it? Controversial part that we had. We had Aljamain Sterling winning the title by DQ against Peter Yan in the 4th round in 4 minutes and 29 seconds for the bantamweight title. It was a weird one, honestly, to me. I'm not entirely sure what the fuck Peter Yan was thinking, because it's not like it was in the good old days. If you watch UFC 1 and 2, you could knee them while they're like on the floor in the face. I don't know what he was thinking. Apparently, Khabib said something to the effect that... So pretty much, Aljamain Sterling was getting up from the floor. He had one knee down. The referee stated out loud. The referee stated out loud saying, "Hey, he's down. He's down. He's in a down state. Like, not down, but like, you know, he's on the floor. Technically, he's, you know, That's a floor position. And he said it out loud.
Both knees.
Yeah, exactly. No, even if you have one knee on the floor, you're still technically on
that's what it was. It was one knee at the position.
So it's kind of like football. If you have a knee or an ass or like an elbow on the floor, like you're in a down position. So you can't knee somebody. But I don't know what it was, if there was a miscommunication, misunderstanding from Peter Yan, because when he looked over, his coach said, "Yeah, kick him."
He said he was good, yeah.
And he,
because I was in the car with E when it happened, and we were watching. We was like, "Oh shit!" And that's when Joe Rogan was saying,
"Not calling me, by the way." Because y'all just want to go hang out.
What happened?
No, go fuck yourself. That's why little spoon days, little spoon can't call.
Well, Big Spoon didn't. We didn't know what the fuck we were gonna do. We were gonna go to Brooklyn. We were gonna go.
He came to pick you up. He came to pick you up. All right, little spoon. I'll make a song for
and
him.
I was thinking that too, but I was like, this goddamn guy.
You guys your dicks. I was just here like this, like playing. No, I wasn't at work. I was just fucking playing video games, and then I watched the thing after. I had the weekend off, jerk.
Okay. I know that, sir.
Yeah, that's why you text or call. You're just like Arnaldo and Elvis. Fuck you both. All right. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, it is true. It's in this instance, it's true. Okay. But either way, overall, Aljamain Sterling, like, you know, he won. He got knocked the fuck out. Unfortunately, you could tell concussion protocols were going on. I don't know what, that was a vicious fucking knee, and like right to the temple too. So like, he tried getting up. I don't know what the fuck the referee was taking so long and just disqualifying the fight right there. He wasn't gonna be able to continue. Period. You didn't have to bring in the doctor obviously, but you didn't have to, you know, take that long to be like, can you fight? No, motherfucker, he cannot fight. If you saw how he was dazed. He didn't know, like, he was out. Yes, towards like afterwards, when he was able to compose himself and like actually have the interview, you could still tell he was out of it. So how are you as a referee? Oddly enough, I fucking heard the podcast with him and Joe Rogan, and he was talking about how like, yeah, he's refereeing like 2 or 3 fights that night. Like, bro, like he's a great guy from everything I picked up, but it's like clearly he got kneed in the head, in the side of the head.
Yeah.
Obvious foul.
The temple.
Regardless if he could continue or not, the fight is over. It's an illegal disqualifying hit. Fucking John Jones got fucking DQ'd for the same thing. That's his only loss. So I don't know why the distinction here was trying to be made. Oh, can you still fight? No, the fight was over regardless because of a DQ. Period.
It was a New Japan moment. It's a New Japan moment. They don't want to disqualify anybody. Like no one, especially when it comes down to a title fight.
But they were quick to do it with fucking John Jones. I get that it was a title fight. I understand that. But I mean, you break the rules. You break the rules. That's a disqualification. Yeah. Period. Period.
It's blatant. Yeah. Whether you do it on purpose or not, it happens.
Exactly. Whether he got fucking bad direction or he misunderstood. Really... Exactly. Whether he misunderstood what the corner said or whatever. Regardless, it happened. A DQ is a DQ is a DQ. So regardless of him being able to continue, that was an automatic no. That the fight was over, period. Because even if he was able to continue, he wasn't going to be at 100%. Even if he got up to, like, it was just... You know, it sucks to win that way to get the belt, but honestly, for me personally, I understand the DQ, the guy gets the victory, but I think in this instance they should have kind of went with stripping him of the title, but just not giving it to him yet. So then you guys could run it back again and then see who the actual champ is, because that would have made sense more than stripping it and giving it to him for a DQ. I understand overall, but like I think for me, a stripping of the title and then they run it back to, you know, to actually make the fight, like.
So vacate the titles and vacate the title
and then they have to run it back. Yeah, make the rematch.
And they're the title. So they're the first rematch for the title.
Yeah, even though the first match again for the title, exactly because of the disqualification. Because
I like it.
Aljamain Sterling, he didn't win, and that's not how he would have wanted to win. Either way, Peter Yan was winning the fight.
He was
winning the fight. He was up 3 rounds to 1. So it was just like Aljamain had the first round. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Because if that's what your corner's telling you and you misunderstand, I don't.
Yeah.
Or maybe fucking Dana said, do this. Controversy. I don't know. Who knows? Dana. But all I know is that you're going to see a rematch. That's all I really know. So that's why overall I think it should have just been vacated more than anything instead of giving it to him, like, because you saw him when they put the shit on him, he just took it off. He was like, I don't want it like that. Aljamain. So it sucks that happened to him.
I mean, I like the idea of what you said, just basically vacate the title because it was a DQ win.
Yeah.
And
that's it.
And rematch for the title again. And I like it because you know how I feel about numbers. Like he'll be 2-time champ immediately.
Exactly.
Even by his own fault, and not a real loss, but it's still a loss.
Yeah, because if they run it back and the same thing happens in terms of like the actual fight, besides
everything except for that,
Peter Yan should win again. Technically, if it's the same, Aljamain might come out like even more of a beast this time. So who the fuck knows? We'll see. After that, we had the fucking GOAT, my favorite fighter. That I've seen in the cage. Like, I wholeheartedly say that easily. Amanda Nunes defeating Megan Anderson in 2 minutes and 3 seconds. I know we were talking about length. I know we were talking about, it poses a different size. But once she hit Megan Anderson, Megan Anderson's eyes were like, oh shit. And it's just like, Amanda Nunes, there's no more 145 pound. She wiped the whole thing clean. And it's like, what do you do at this point? She could have broken her arm if she wants to. She had her in a fucking in a leg triangle choke. Like, she had her in 2-3 different ways. She could have knocked her out if she wanted to. She could she's such a beast. And this ties in, honestly, at the same time with, International Women's Day. Amanda Nunes, fucking, I love watching you fight. I'm sure Kula does as well. We love watching it. We love every time. And she's such a positive person. Like, she's just like someone to like really look up to, like that other women can look up to, that little girls could look up to. And I appreciate that. And the fact that, she might have 4 losses on her thing, but look at what those 4 losses translated into. You know what I mean? Like, it translated into her learning from everything and becoming the best women's fighter of all time. And I'm convinced at this point, I saw a bunch of tweets as well, I'm convinced at this point she could probably take on some of the dudes easily, to be honest with you. Like, I think she could take on some of the dudes. I wouldn't even say easily. I don't think she did, but I wouldn't say easily. But I'm like, I think, like, if Dana was ballsy enough, like, I think she could take on somebody, man. I don't know who. I'm not saying names.
It's not about It's not about her being
I think
ballsy.
She's so
it's
good.
not about Dana. It's about who's gonna take that match. The guy has to be willing to.
The thing is, it's a lose-lose at the end of the day, because it's like,
you beat a girl. Oh,
you beat a girl, and you beat a woman, or you got your ass whooped. Exactly. So it's like,
what do you do? So it's not happening.
But that's the thing, though. Like, what do you do with Amanda Nunes? Like, she said at the end of the day, she was like, during the interview, Joe Rogan was like, yo, who are you going to fight next? And she was like, yo, just keep lining them up. I'll knock them down. I'm getting better as I get older. She just got her daughter. She was like, what did they say about lions with their, when they get their cubs, and this and that. Like, exactly, lioness, that when they get their cubs, like, I'm just going to get stronger, whatever, this and that. And she did not disappoint. Amanda Nunes was a heavy favorite for a fucking reason, at least up to 1,000, negative 1,000 in the fucking odds. But like, bro, it was such she's put on such a masterful clinic. It was just like, damn, like she's a fucking beast. And in regards to the fucking International Women's Day today, and also Women's History Month this month, like, I think that's a perfect start to the month for women in general. Obviously, I just saw that Biden's about to just.
Do you have something to drink? You should have something at least a cup of water.
But
then cheers to that.
I'll pretend exactly.
Take a sip of air. From Link.
But but no, she's just amazing. Biden's about to appoint two the first women 4-star generals to the military. Yeah, exactly.
Shit! Look at Biden actually doing something already.
So no, like it's something inspiring to see Amanda Nunes and just how she is afterwards. She's such a lovely person afterwards. The way she carries herself, like it's a great thing to see, and that's why I love watching her fight. And she's just a wholesome person, and I would love to meet her one day. Like if I had the chance to meet her, like I would love to meet Amanda Nunes.
So how did you feel about the promo that they showed? Because I really liked that promo.
Promo was what, with Megan and Amanda?
No, the promo, can't really call it a promo, but it was like a lead up to the match. It was Amanda Nunes, her wife, and
it was great. And the newborn baby, yeah, it was great because it pretty much set the stage. Like, yo, she's gonna be on some fiercer shit. It's gonna be harder to get her. Yeah. Like the only person that might have a chance again is Valentina Shevchenko at 135, and Shevchenko is gonna have to come up to 135 again. So it's like Amanda Nunes going down to 135 goes back up to the natural 145 at fight time. It's like, what can you do? But Amanda Nunes, you're awesome. You're the greatest for a reason. Everybody loves watching you fight, and it's always it's a blessing to watch that woman fight. Honestly.
I kind of want Ronda Rousey to come back just to do whatever she can.
Could get cleaned by Amanda Nunes again. It's gonna happen the same way.
I know it would. I just.
No, there's no reason.
You know what it is?
There's no reason for it.
You know what it is. We see two greats in two separate times, and you want to see them go up against each other. Like again? That's what it is.
Nah, she'll destroy her, man. She'll destroy her again.
Yeah, I do think so too.
This is the scary thing. Amanda Nunes, as beastie as she is, like just punching motherfuckers and just knocking them out. She's a black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu too.
So she can't. Nah.
Once if Ronda tries to get her to the floor, she's gonna be like, "Oh, okay, this is what you want to do."
I think that'd be the only fight. I think that'd be the only fight that to get her back, though. Not that we need her back.
No, we don't, because she already had that fight and got her ass whooped within the round. Amanda Nunes destroyed her within one round. So that was it, and that's what changed. That's pretty much what made Ronda go to the WWE. So that's just it. And then after that we had at light heavyweight the big super fight. We had Jan Blachowicz versus Israel Adesanya. Just like we said last week, it was gonna be difficult for him because of the fact of the weight difference and this and that. Jan was touching him the whole time too. Izzy, even though he was Izzy, he was doing a style bender shit, and it was working at times. But overall, I think he froze again. Overall, Jan was touching him. He was hitting him. He was getting there. He was doing everything he needed to do. Izzy thought he was gonna go to the ground earlier. No, he switched it up, went to the ground later because he knew that was gonna win a point. I think Izzy won maybe one round. At best, to be honest with you, maybe two the most, and that's just barely two. I think Jan won those. Like once he got him to the floor, once he took him down, you could tell the 26 pound weight difference. That was it. The writing was on the wall.
That's a lot of weight.
That's a lot of weight, and especially for something that even if you got somebody heavier to train with and this and that, it's different at game time because you're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So. John just displayed he controlled the bottom. And you never really seen Israel be a ground game person. You always want to strike and this and that, and which was fine, which is what you had for the first 3 rounds. But then afterwards, like I said, like we said, the weight was gonna be the difference at the end of the day, and that's what me and my boy Manny talked about. That's what me and Killer Dan talked about. I was like, I think the weight's going to be the big difference at the end of the day because, he could weigh in at 205 as soon as he eats and everything. As soon as he pumps back up, hydrates and all that stuff, gone. That's it. So, it wasn't a surprise to me because that's exactly how I thought it would play out. In terms of unanimous decision, I agree as well. I think he won 4-1 at least, the very least 3-2. But I mean, kudos to Izzy for trying it out. Like, for giving himself a shot. Like, you never know how good you can be, and most people like try to reach that level, and everybody that's been double champ has stepped up to the next weight class. So for him to try it out isn't out of the question, because of the fact that Roy Jones did the same thing, Amanda Nunes did the same thing, fucking McGregor did the same thing. So it's
McGregor even went to just go box. Exactly.
So it was a good card for the most part. It was fun to watch. And I just think, the next, I hope the next pay-per-view is just as good, because I think we're getting the heavyweight championship fight between Ngannou and Miocic in the next one. So, in the next UFC and UFC 260. So, I don't know if they have early things for the cards, but hey, that's pretty much it. With that being said, I think we can move on to AEW Revolution. So we're gonna run through the results, then we'll talk about some afterwards for real this time. So at the beginning, we had in the pre-show, we had Rio and Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker and Maki Ito. It was a decent tag team match for the most part, nothing too crazy. Once they got to the moving on to the main card, we started off with the AEW Tag Team Championship, the Young Bucks versus Chris Jericho and MJF. The Young Bucks defeated Chris Jericho and MJF to retain their titles. It was a good way to start off the pay-per-view. I appreciated it. I was like, oh, they're going first. Okay, I thought, the Casino Tag Team Royale was going to be first, as per usual. But hey, started off hot. Why not? It makes sense. Set the pace. After that, we had the Casino Tag Team Royale, like I said, and Death Triangle, Pac, which is Pac and Rey Fenix, won the Casino Tag Team Royale, which was also pretty good. They took our suggestions of what I said they should have done, introduced people, because you said it last time when they did on AEW on Dynamite. It just looked cluttered as fuck. Everybody starting at the same time. So,
that's the thing about the casino. The casino changes everything.
The podcast.
Definitely, they definitely do. But that's the thing about. That's the thing
because it's a pay-per-view, so you have more time. I get it.
Exactly. I think that's more so the casino name, because they do it all the time with the pay-per-view shows, the pay-per-view battle royals. So they were smart for doing that.
After that, we had AEW Women's Championship, Hikaru Shida versus Ryo Mizunami. Which was a good match. Hikaru Shida defeated Ryo Mizunami via pinfall to retain the title. Good match. It pretty much detailed everything that had to be detailed, and we'll get back to it in a little bit. After that, we had Miro and Kip Sabian versus Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. I'm not going to lie, I didn't watch the match, because I was just like, oh, right, this is the thing. And I just started watching something else real quick.
Miro looked good in it.
He looks fucking phenomenal. That dude is cut.
I'm not even talking about his body, but far as
I'm saying overall, though, like, he looks fucking phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, I was still glancing over and he was wrestling really well. But that dude looks phenomenal now. Like, legit. Like, he doesn't look as stocky. He looks happy. He looks cut up. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
I was just looking at his shoulders. Like, I watched a little bit of it earlier today, and I just saw his shoulder, and I'm just like, fuck.
Dude, yeah, you see his back, it's like a lot more defined. His stomach, like, he lost a lot of the flab and everything. He's just like straight up. It's like he
was losing that. He was losing that
from WWE. Exactly.
Yeah. It's just that we get to see him on TV, and he's not in a suit and having his balls kicked in by his wife. Absolutely. But whatever.
After that, we had Hangman Adam Page versus Matt Hardy in the big money match. Hangman ended up winning, defeating Matt Hardy via pinfall to win Matt Hardy's first quarter earnings. It was a decent match. I enjoyed it most. So I like the fact that at the end, all these dudes came out, like the Dark Order. So it looks like, he might be eventually, I don't know what's going on with it. I haven't been keeping up, but, if they're still trying to recruit him, then, that's
they
cool.
kind of are. They're kind of not even trying to recruit him anymore. They just want to be friends. And they just looking out for him, and they do still want him, but they're not
pushing
recruitment.
Yeah.
They're just like,
hey, what? If you want to come over, just come over. If you don't, we can just hang out.
We got your back until we don't. And I'm waiting for until we don't.
It's like the athlete from the hood that isn't part of the gang, but the gang looks out for him. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Everybody that's from the hood or has watched a fucking movie from the 90s about sports from the hood, or aka Boys in the Hood, will understand that. So yeah.
It's like Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Don't know. After that, we have Face of the Revolution ladder match: Cody Rhodes versus Penta El Cero Miedo. Scorpio Sky, Lance Archer, Max Caster, and Ethan Page. I'll just real quick, I was like, who the fuck is this guy coming out rapping? Anyways, so we had Scorpio Sky winning by grabbing the Sonic ring. It was a good match. It was a good match. I enjoyed it.
Was a Sonic ring. It was a golden donut. It was the worst.
It was everything. It was
the
everything.
Brass ring was like, they could have made it be anything else.
They should have just put it like a chicken up there, like a rubber chicken or something. I don't know. But it was pretty good. After that, we had Christian Cage signing with AEW.
Yay. Like, I like it, but I don't care for it. I understand it, but I like it. I like it when it gets to the idea of trying to further the brand in other countries.
That's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I'm cool with it. But
it's Christian.
I hope he does well, though. Obviously, because
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. I don't think he's really going to wrestle as much. I would hope he's not going to wrestle.
I think he is.
I don't think he's going to wrestle more.
I'll say more so towards pay-per-views and shit, most likely. He'll have like programs here and there for pay-per-views.
Just don't do that Sting shit.
Yeah. After that, speaking of Sting, after that we had the Sting and Darby Allin match versus Sting and Darby Allin versus Brian Cage and Ricky Starks in the street fight. I enjoyed it. Sting and Darby Allin defeated Brian Cage and Ricky Starks via pinfall. I enjoyed it. It had the Lucha Underground vibes, so I was just like legit just watching like, what else? Oh, that's cool. And I text you that too.
You text me saying it was one of the better produced.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It
definitely was. I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's, you know what it is? It's three cinematic matches that you really can't beat. Like, I genuinely like the NWO, the Fiend versus Cena. Like,
that was great. That's one of the best ones.
It was really good.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That was done well, and that's because
it was only great because it was for his character.
Exactly.
Like, that was a character thing. Like, it was very hokey and funny. It was cartoony. It was whatever John was saying, they pulled back too, right? Time. Yes.
That was awesome.
That and the Boneyard match was the second night. Like, those two are the two better ones.
For WWE, absolutely. But
I don't think we'll get anything like the Firefly one. I don't think we'll get another one like that.
Yeah, probably not. But yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. That was one of their better matches of the night for me overall. And after that, we had the AEW World Championship match in an exploding barbed wire death match.
So are we going to go backwards and talk about it now?
Kenny Omega returned against Jon Moxley. But yeah, we'll say that for last. There's a reason for it. So at the beginning,
start all over? I thought we were just going to go back.
No, we don't going to go backwards. I mean, whatever. We could just start there. I don't give a fuck at this point.
It doesn't even matter. I'm just going to say this was. I've seen more.
It was a great match.
This pay-per-view. It was a great match. It was a great match until the end. So many botches. The botches. There were just so many botches in this whole pay-per-view.
In the pay-per-view? Explain. Besides the main one at the end. Explain.
That one, yeah. No, I'm just talking about the whole card in general. There were a bunch of botches in every match, except for that match. Except for the exploding barbed wire match. There were botches in the tag match with the titles. There were botches with the ladder match.
Ladder match as well.
I don't know how Scorpio Sky is still alive. I don't know how Cody's still alive. I don't know. It was a lot, but it was really good.
There were some messy moments. I'm not gonna lie. There were for sure.
Yeah. I still give it an 8. I'm gonna go and say I give the pay-per-view an 8.
Though. Going back to the Casino Tag Team Royale, when Rey Fenix jumped from inside to outside, wasn't that over or was that through the fucking ropes?
It was through.
Are you
It
sure?
was through
the
yes,
second
it was through
the top and middle?
Yes.
This motherfucker got that much height from that angle?
He was going that fucking fast. That was speed. That was all speed. That's not the first time he has done
angle
that.
too, though. Because he went right into the crowd. He went right into the crowd.
That's not the first time he's done that. He's done that at least 3 other times in AEW.
That motherfucker needs to chill.
He's a bullet. He's a fucking bullet, that guy.
Some might call him a ricochet. Anyways, I want him to go to fucking AEW. He needs to, yeah, exactly. Like, he needs to go to AEW.
He seems unhappy. Like, they need their 2 shows. They need the 2 other shows.
But yeah, I was just wondering because I could have sworn I saw him go over the top, but I just didn't rewind.
That motherfucker went straight through like a bullet. You know what? You know why? Because he's the only one that does that suicida. Like, he goes through and he flips.
But he gets elevation too. That's the thing. Or maybe just the flip looks like he's getting elevation.
Yes. He's going so fast, so he's able to flip. Nobody is able to flip through those ropes.
That motherfucker's crazy.
Like, it doesn't seem right.
No, yes, you're literally almost defying physics at that point. It's like, how? Exactly. Maybe the only other person that could probably match it, only 2 other people that could probably match it is Ricochet and fucking Ospreay. That's literally it.
I knew he was gonna say Ospreay. Well, he's 200 pounds now, so I don't think he can do it anymore.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, you can. The thing is, you just gotta work. I don't think he would. He wouldn't want to do it, but I'm saying I think he probably has to work, get used to his body and the amount of speed, and because it's all timing at the end of the day. So he knows. He knows.
Man, put that boy with Ospreay on a fucking track. Put him on track and field. Like, let him. It's gonna happen.
Let him lose him. Anyways, so yeah, that big botch at the end of the fucking match just
Which one?
Of the World Championship match. It was the funniest thing. Okay. Yeah, it was the funniest thing because like
it wasn't even a real fart. It was like a little poop. It was like being discreet about poop. Like it did.
To me, it was the equivalent of fucking Orange Cassidy doing his super kick. It was no, dude, that was the equivalent because they were making it seem like I was like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? And it just go pop, 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 and I was like,
fucking
yeah, dude, I was that ass. I was like, no way. And then I texted you. I was like, what the fuck was that? I got so mad. I'm like, because the match was great. The match was great. Yeah, I enjoyed the match. And obviously, because of everything that was going on, like, it's fucking crazy. But, like, come on. And then the fact that, like,
I was in a Zoom party, man. Everybody what
I would have done, honestly speaking, as like, I would have covered him and then everything went off. And, like, as Eddie Kingston, I would have played it off like, and just drag them out. And, like, yeah, get up, drag them out. That's what I would have done. That's how I would have ended the pay per view. But no,
if I was Eddie Kingston,
he looked like he fucking saved him from a grenade and shit. I'm sure he was pissed off because now he just looks fucking terrible.
But he should have played into it.
He should have played into it. He should have just gotten up like, what the fuck? Oh, okay, it wasn't that bad. And just like slapped him like, come on, get up, and like pulled him out or something. That's how they should have ended the pay-per-view. And the worst part was like, to me, the worst part was about that whole thing wasn't the fact that he acted it out or this and that or whatnot. Like, the botch shit happens. It probably didn't go off as it was supposed to, obviously. But at the same time, for me, I think the what's it called? The commentators, like, it was
expectation.
No, the commentators,
they
were trying to explain it was too much, and it's like, no, we all saw what you saw, like, try to say something like, oh, the concussive blast or something, or not just like, oh, it was terrible. Like, no, it wasn't. We all saw it. And I think that really took away from
how it is. It
really took away from the end of the match, honestly. The one cool thing was the exploding barbed wire bat. Like, that was
a really
cool.
Good match.
It was a great match until that point, and I think that takes away from the match overall. But It is what it is. Shit happens. Botches happen. And I give it like a 7.5. I'm not going to give it an 8. I give it like a 7.5. I think
I give it an 8. It was good.
I'll say for me, if it wasn't botched at the end, and like you said, if there wasn't so many sloppy moments, then I would probably give it an 8. But there were the sloppy moments. Again, for me, the match of the night, well, 2 matches of the night, I could say, are the Sting and Darby Allin, the street fight, and the championship match.
The co-main event.
Yeah, because I just think it was the street fight was done so well, even for a produced thing. Like, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The way it was shot was amazing. Whoever they got, I'm pretty sure they pulled somebody from Lucha Underground. That's what I'm saying. They had to have pulled somebody from Lucha Underground. Brian Cage was like probably like, "Yo, come through." Like, you know, they probably got, or they just probably just copied some stuff and just looked at it like, "Yo, this is how we should do the match." And it just looked great. Like, I was like, this is fucking awesome. That's how produced matches should look most of the time. It should look just like Lucha Underground. And I was just like, this is fucking dope. So I appreciate it because you know my trepidation with with produced matches. I'm like, oh, we got another produced match. Let's see how this one goes. And this one, I was just like, as soon as it started, I was like, Lucha Underground. I was like, Lucha Underground.
I like produced matches.
When it's done right.
It's not that I don't like them. Yes, I like them when they're done right. I like going into the idea of having or just seeing a produced match because you know what it should be. It should be a motherfucking movie. It should be a movie.
It should be somewhat cinematic at the end of the day. Yeah. And it's something that everybody... I didn't hear not one person complain about it. Exactly. And the camera work, that, like you said, the camera work, the angles, the close-ups, that shit was on the top of something, and and the way it went to the other side, just I was like, this is fucking great. I was like, WWE's been doing these for how long, and AEW gets it on their third try, like second try. Sorry, second. So like, yeah, kind of. I don't know if the third one was the Matt Hardy and this guy match.
No, that wasn't. That was just a regular
that was just a recorded
hardcore match.
Yeah. Okay, but overall, I loved it. I had a lot of fun with it. And again, I think it's up. It's not quite the Bray Wyatt one, but then at the same time, they all have their own different feel. They all have their own different feel. The Bray Wyatt one is special because of how it, represented the whole Bray Wyatt Cena situation, the mind game stuff. The Undertaker one represented, his long career and everything, him going out into the night. Like, that makes sense for that one. This one, I think if they're going to do produced matches.
Like, that was very Hardy Boys-ish. That was very TNA deletion. Yeah. The Boneyard match was very deletion. Like, absolutely. That's what that was. It was good. I don't set it aside from those things, though. You okay over there?
No, yeah, I was just kind of wondering. I was like, why is my video kind of like... I just noticed it now.
A little bit?
Yeah, and it's because it's sitting on the cable on the right side of the camera. Oh, well, whatever. But no, yeah,
okay.
Like, either way.
Yeah, I don't set it aside.
Either way, I think they're all good with their own merits. I just think if you're going to do something similar, if you're going to keep going with produced matches, you have to do it in the effect of this. Obviously, you're going to have to tailor it to like the situations and all that stuff and this and that. But for a street fight produced match, fucking perfect. But yeah. So I think that's pretty much it for AEW. You have any other thoughts or? For AEW?
Well, I'm happy Scorpio Sky has a TNT title fight on title match Wednesday.
Yeah, that's a beautiful title now. And like, it looks so pretty now. The TNT Championship. I didn't realize like they made it fully black and gold.
Yeah, it's a little bit of red in there too, I think, but it's black. It's a black strap.
But that's what I'm saying. It pops out most of it. Like the other one, it kind of looked ugly. I'm not gonna lie. It was
because the ribbon was red and the title and the belt.
Like, it looks so much pretty. It only has the little red part is where it says champion. That's it. Everything else looks so pretty about it. And I'm just like, oh, that looks great now. So, yeah.
And the inside, if you see the inside of it, the inside it's like red leather on the inside.
And that's how this should have been the whole time. I mean, we knew it wasn't fully finished, but hey, it is what it is.
Cody was just like, give me more. Yeah, Cody was just, he was
Cody
so
was
fucking
just
hyped about the title.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I'm happy like for Scorpio Sky. I'm happy for Scorpio Sky.
I'm happy for him. Ethan Page, I like it. I like it because I don't know. We don't need too many other people to go to WWE.
No.
And not do anything. But have those options of getting all those titles. You have those options, you have those chances, but at the same time, you don't want to do too much. So
yeah,
that's pretty much what that is. Like I like him there. I like Christian. I thought we were going to get someone a little bit more. I can't think of the right word. Maybe somebody we were. I think we were all expecting somebody that was still wrestling at the moment. I think that's what we were expecting.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with it. I was looking at Big Show's Paul White's page, Wikipedia page. I'm like, okay, who does he said somebody that's always been beside him. I'm looking at, okay, who was his tag partners? And I'm like, you know what? Christian was one of them. Christian was actually one of his tag partners that held the title. But I'm like, nothing else made sense except for him because Edge is back. What the hell what is going on with you over there?
Continue. I turned the night light function off of my screen and it just got super bright.
Put it back on dark mode. But yeah, I'm happy that it is Christian because we get to like he's a legend. He is a WWE legend whether you like it or not. So
true.
He's just not in the Hall of Fame as of yet. So what we're going to see from him is what I'm interested in. I want to know why and how we're going to get it. I know they signed him because they need deals in other countries. Yeah. Tony Khan said they pretty much need TV deals in India and other countries like that. So it makes sense. I'm all for it. Like I'm not mad that they're signing a couple of WWE guys, but I don't see certain people as WWE guys. I don't see the Big Show. I don't see Paul White as a WWE guy. I see him as just a wrestling talent because he was in WCW first. So certain people I see as that, certain people I don't. It's just sad that you can't have those certain type of arguments because it's like, okay, they're still WWE because WWE bought this company and that company. So whatever. Either way, I'm happy for Christian. I'm looking forward to see what he's going to do. And I'm looking forward to Ethan Page as well, and I'm looking forward to more women matches and the next female talent. Honestly, that's what I want to see more of. I don't want to see no more guys.
Cool. Anything real quick? We got like 2 minutes left, literally, before.
We was going to talk about Bobby Lashley having the WWE title. So now with black people, now 3 black people have the title, have held the WWE title. So that's nice. That's nice.
No, it's great and it's good for him. I just think it should have came up against Brock Lesnar. That's just my own thought about it. That's it. If you were gonna take it from somebody, it should have been from Brock Lesnar, not from Drew, not from the Miz. Just to set up a match with Drew McIntyre or Drew Galloway again. Like,
nah, I want to see that match, and I think that's gonna be a Mania match.
What match?
I just hope that
the McIntyre match.
Brock and Bobby.
I don't know. We'll see. It should have been last year's match. That's what I'm saying. It should have been last year's match. That's what I'm saying.
Well, we're here now. I can only talk about today. I'm not even on that from last year, but I get it.
I mean, like I said, congratulations.
A lot of things should have happened 5 to 1 year ago. Yeah. So I understand it. Congratulations to him. Either way, absolutely. Congratulations to Bobby. Power, NWA Power is coming back on March 23rd and on March 21st. They're also having another show called Back for the Attack. So I don't know. So it's still on YouTube. Yeah, they're not gone. Like I knew they weren't going to be, but they're back on YouTube. So I don't know exactly what the hell that means, but that looks. That's what it is. Also, WWE has 2 new shows that they're pretty much combating Dark Side of the Ring with is WWE's Most Wanted Treasures, Legends on the Hunt, April 18th, and Biography WWE Legends, an 8-part event series starting the 18th as well.
Man, don't nobody care because you know what? We get Justice League on the 18th. Nobody gives a shit. And then after that, we get fucking, what was it? Falcon and the Winter Soldier the next day. Nobody cares. Stop it.
That's the 19th?
Yeah, exactly.
I thought it was supposed to be starting like this week.
No,
because I like Wanda, but I was kind of mad that I didn't just binge watch Wanda. Yeah, I wanted to just binge watch.
That's a different conversation for a different day. We can talk about this after we finish.
Also, last thing I do want to say, because we haven't mentioned it before, we are going to be April 24th. We're going to be at the Knights of Columbus. Yes, the Knights of Columbus venue. Figure out where it's at. Go on our socials and you figure it out. But it's going to be presented by Invictus Pro Wrestling. So we have a match. Our match that we're sponsoring is Big Game Leroy versus Killian McMurphy with Big Dust. So this is going to be what, our second and third time watching Big Game Leroy?
Yeah. Yeah. Second time, I think. So, yeah.
Second time in person. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
That wasn't Battle Club?
It was
House of Glory, House of Horror, House of Hardcore.
Yeah.
House of Glory.
Yeah, it was hot. Yeah. But yeah, that should be interesting.
I'm looking forward to it. I haven't been to a show in so long.
I know. You're gonna rent a car. Call your people. Anyways, with that being said, that's the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for watching this week, even on my little tilted. Come on. You're giving me more work. You're giving me more work.
I get to sync up y'all switch.
Come on.
You're gonna stop yelling at me. I know that much, motherfucker.
All right, stop doing what you're doing.
You cutting me off. You making me say go longer. But you and Big Game Leroy, y'all get to sync up y'all switch. Y'all do whatever. I don't know how the switch works. So
it's like a PlayStation.
It works like a
PlayStation? It's exactly like a PlayStation. That being said, that's the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for watching. You can follow us on Twitter at Pokes and Chokes, myself at _ Mr. Alex25 _ the guy on the other side at
MU _ KEWLA.
Facebook.com/Pokes and Chokes. On Instagram @Pokes Chokes Podcast. You can listen to us on Spotify, Transistor FM, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher. Also, Redbubble, Threadless, Teespring. Click on the link below in the descriptions and rate 5 stars for fun. Yeah. So, with that being said, that's the end. And you go fuck yourself. Not you guys. Him. Peace out. Have a good one.
He's being rude to people.